Hey guys, it's Kara from iStampin.com. Thanks for joining me today. Today's project is a fun little 3D Valentine's gift that I just had the best time making. I created the box using our Curvy Keepsakes box, and then the stamp, the paper, the ribbon, all of that is coming from the Sending Love Suite. So I did a little 3x3 trio of cards last week using the exact same product suite, but I wanted to make a little Valentine's box. And this box, you can actually fit candy in there. Mine's empty because I have no candy in the house because I eat it too quickly, but you can fit like Hershey Kisses in here. You can fit like the nuggets. A variety of different kinds of candy will fit in here. It's a pretty nice size box, but just a fun way to give those Valentine's Day treats to whoever you want to give them to. But you can find the product suite on pages 14 and 15 of the Occasions catalog. And I've mentioned in the other videos that if you currently don't have a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and would like a copy of the Occasions as well as the Celebration catalog, reach out to me and I'll get that to you. Just as a reminder, for every $50 that you spend during Celebration, which goes through the end of March, you're able to pick one item free out of the Celebration catalog. Excuse me. Get myself all confused. So let me show you how I did this. This was really fun. What you're going to need is the Curvy Keepsake box thinlits, and you can see here I used the little circle tag to create that tag. And then you're also going to need the bundle of Sealed with Love. So if you buy this together, you save 10%. There is a bundle code in the catalog. If you buy it separately, you're paying a little bit more. So take advantage of that bundle. And I want to say that bundle's almost $50. So yeah, so if you just added the Designer Series paper stack, there would be a $50 order and you could get something for free. I'm also using the Sending Love Designer Series paper stack. This is a 6x6 pad and it has all these fun designs. I think I showed this to you in a previous video. So there's 48 sheets to that. So what I did, I've already cut this out. I just thought this would be a lot easier. I'm using the hearts design. Now I will say with the Curvy Keepsake box on the 6x6 paper, I'll show you this on the pad. You do kind of have to manipulate, and that's the pattern that I used on the sample, is this really fun dots. What you do want to do is you do kind of have to kind of turn it so if you do it like this tab isn't quite on the paper all the way. So if you kind of turn it, that will allow you to get the whole thinlet on the piece of paper, and you can run it through the Big Shot. So you'll just need 2 of those, and I've got my bone folder. This does have score marks, so you'll just want to find those score marks on here and just fold them over, and then I like to use my bone folder just to burnish the edges. And if you hear my cat meowing, it's because she wants to go outside. She likes me leaving the window open when I'm in here, and I don't mind leaving the window open. The only thing is that you can hear the waterfall from my pool. So I don't think that y'all would like to have that background noise. So if you hear her crying, she's telling me, I want to go out. So she'll just have to wait till I'm done. All right, so I'm just folding the other panel the same way, just folding the flaps. And then I'm also going to fold here at the top of the little handle. There's a little score line as well. And so I'm just going to go and fold that over now, which will make it a lot easier to put together when it's undone instead of when the box is put together. Okay, so the way this box works is put one flap with this piece facing left, and then you're going to put, or right, excuse me, and then you're going to put the other the other side facing the opposite direction. So it's going to go just like that. And what I like to do is to use our tear and tape adhesive, and really you just need like 2 pieces. So I'm just going to put 2 pieces here on the bottom of the top panel. Actually, I'll just tear this in half. And this should give it enough hold for you to be able to put goodies inside the little box and it stay together. What I like to do is to burnish the tape, and that will make it easier to remove that little backing strip. And I just grab my paper piercing tool to do this, and it comes right off. Okay, and then what you're going to do next is just match up the score lines and then just press down. There we go. So that's what it's going to look like on the back side. And then what you'll do next is just fold up these sides, and what I like to do is just to kind of hold the little holders together, and then just bring one of the little slits up and just gently place that over both of the handles. And when you do that, then the shape of the box will form. And then just do the same thing with the other side. Pippa, you can't go out, baby. Okay, so there's our box. How sweet is that? So obviously you'll want to fill it up before closing it. So the stamps that I used to make the tag, and you can see it here, I used this solid heart, and then I also used Love You Lots. I thought that would be really cute. And then I'm also using one of the negatives, the little scalloped hearts, and this is part of the collection as well. This is called Sending Love Embellishments, and I'm going to be using that as well. And then you'll also want to cut out a tag with your Big Shot, and I went ahead and used the circle tag. I experimented with these, well actually I experimented with the oval one first, and I didn't like it, and then I experimented with all 3, and I ended up liking the circle one the best. So just get a scrap piece of real red cardstock, and then you'll just lay it down like that, take it over to the Big Shot, and then it's going to come out like this. So that gives you a nice hole for you to be able to thread ribbon or baker's twine. The other thing that you're going to want to do is to grab a scrap piece of Whisper White, and I've already have my stamps ready on blocks. And I'm going to use my Real Red ink to stamp this. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp this solid heart, just like that. And then I'm going to turn the paper this way, and I'm going to stamp the sentiment. And I'm using my paper piercing mat behind the photopolymer stamps. I have just found that gives me a better result. All right, now what you're going to do is inside the Love Notes framelits, like I said, you can get this as a bundle. You're going to take the small heart, and you are going to take this over to the Big Shot and die cut that out as well. It does leave a nice white border around the heart, so it doesn't, so just in case you're wondering if that's the way it's supposed to be, that's exactly, so you can see it here how it leaves that nice white border around the stamped image. So go ahead and cut that out. Then what you're going to want to do with the Love You Lots, you can either use your paper trimmer or your scissors and just cut this down to a really thin strip, and then what I did is I notched both ends. So I've got both of those already done. So you can see here that I just took my paper trimmer and just, whoops, just cut that down, and then I just notched both ends. So I'm going to put the heart on dimensionals. Now, I went ahead and cut these in half. I found using it whole that you could see part of it. So if I just cut it in half, and actually I cut it in half and then I had to cut this in half again. So you're using like 3/4 of a dimensional. So just go ahead and peel the backing paper off, and then that's just going to go right here in the middle of this tag. And then I used glue dots to adhere the little Love You Lots stamped sentiment on top of the heart. Okay, so you just need 2 of those glue dots, and then that's just going to go, I just put that right here in the center, just like that. And let's see, let's go ahead and do the ribbon. So I'm kind of hopping around here. I'm kind of jumping around here. This ribbon is coming from the product suite as well. This is the Sending Love Ribbon Combo Pack. So it's 1/8 inch of the Grow Grain ribbon. And I'm just going to cut off about that much. I'm going to go ahead and tie a bow. I'm not the best at tying bows, but we'll see what happens. The sample one didn't turn out too bad. So you're just going to feed it through the handle. And the Grow Grain ribbon, it's really nice. It ties very nicely, so if you are good at tying bows, you shouldn't have any problems with this. And if you aren't, just practice and you'll get good. Okay, so that looks about good. So I'm going to take my scissors and just trim off the tails. Okay, and then I'm going to take our Whisper White Baker's Twine, and this is what I'm going to use to tie the tag onto the Curvy Keepsakes box. Okay, so feed the twine through the embellishment first, the wooden embellishment, and then through the tag. And then open it up and then feed the tails through. There we go. And that's just going to dangle right here, just like that. Okay, and then the next thing you're going to do is just feed the baker's twine through the handle, and then I'm just going to tie a knot. And if y'all have been having just the best time looking at the occasions catalog, but your wish list is just really long, you know, take advantage of the bonus that Stampin' Up is having right now to sign up and join my team, because for $99 you can sign up, enjoy the discount. You get to pick $125 worth of product plus 2 free stamp sets, and your kit ships for free, and that is a heck of a deal. So if y'all have just been going through and dog-earing and making a wish list that's just insane, really look at that. You can find out more information on my blog. I'll have it listed on today's blog post, and then you can always reach out to me if you have questions. And there we go, guys, that's it. So just a fun little tag that has the little fun wooden element for your little cute Curvy Keepsakes box. All right, guys, well, so you can see the 2 different patterns. So I used the hearts here and then the polka dots there. So if you like today's project, give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are not a current subscriber. And like I said, you can find out all the details about the products that I've used on today's blog post. That accompanying link will be in the description box. And as always, if you have any questions about any of the products I used today or anything else, please feel free to comment below and I will be more than happy to answer your questions. All right, guys, have a great day. Bye.